Hi everyone, welcome to my channel SRK English Academy. So in this video lesson, we are going to discuss Margaret Cavendish poem, A World Made by Atoms. This video lesson is for Usman Degree English Semester 2 students, and this is from Unit 10 Poetry section. So let's delve into the topic. Yeah. So before going to the detail of the poem, let's jump to the about the poet Margaret Cavendish. She was born in the year 1623 and died in the year 1673. So she was the Duchess of Newcastle. So Newcastle is an area in northern England. So this is an area in northern England. And Duchess means wife of a duke is called Duchess. So Duchess is a lower rank than queen. So she was the Duchess of Newcastle. Margaret Cavendish was a writer, philosopher, and essayist. She was interested in science and atomism. So the poem is also based on the atomism. So what is atomism? This is a scientific theory or concept. So in which atoms are tiny particles, and uh, you know very tiny particles which are essential for matter. They form a matter. So based on this atomism, the poem is explained by Margaret Cavendish. So it's a scientific theory that universe is composed of minute, indivisible, indestructible, and distinct particles known as atoms. So these atoms combine in various ways to form all matter. So she was one of the first women to write on scientific ideas. Let's see introduction to the poem. So the poem is, I have already told you that this is based on the theory of atomism. So I have explained you theory of atomism. Atomism is a scientific theory. So it is atoms are tiny particles, minute particles, indivisible and indestructible, and distinct particles. So these are atoms, and matter is formed by the atoms. So let us see how she explained this atomism concept in the poem. And in this poem, she explains how atoms create the world. Atoms, living things and non-living things or objects are all made up of atoms. Our human body is made up of lakhs of tiny particles or atoms. And in this poem, she uses a simple comparison, that is house building, to explain atomism to the readers. And I'll give you the detail in the poem. And this scientific idea, atomism scientific idea, is expressed in the poetic form. So let us see the poem line by line. Yeah, I will explain the poem line by line, and let's see the structure of the poem. So the total lines in the poem are 18 lines. So there are 18 lines in the poem. We see the rhyme scheme A B B C C D D. This is a heroic couplet. Couplet is two lines. So heroic couplet used by Chaucer and Dryden in their period. And also Alexander Pope also used heroic couplet, and heroic couplet used mostly in epics. So this is rhyme scheme AA. Let's see rhyming words. Make a shape AA, find kind, they are rhyming BB, stone one CC, small with all DD. So remaining all also AA, BB, CC, DD rhyme scheme. And I'll explain the poem, all 18 lines, one by one. First line: small atoms of themselves a world may make. Here the poet says that tiny small atoms are tiny atoms, have the power to create a whole world by themselves. So they create whole world. They have power. So they themselves. They create a whole world. They create, make. So they have a power to create a whole world by themselves. Second line, as being subtle and of every shape. So here atoms are very fine and delicate. They exist in many different shapes. So poet says that of every shape. It means they exist in many different shapes. They exist in all shapes. Atoms exist in all shapes. Third line, and as they dance about fit places find. Here the poet uses the word dance. The word dance suggests that the atoms continuously moves from one place to another place. They, they don't remain at a same place. They continuously move, and you know as they move freely. As they move, they settle into suitable places. Here fit places find. If they find fit places, that means suitable place. If the atoms find suitable place, they settle there. Till then they move freely, they continuously move, right? They constantly moving. Fourth line, such forms as best agree make make every kind. So here when atoms join together in suitable ways. So just now in fourth line, in third line, poet says that when they find suitable place, they join together. So when atoms join together in suitable ways, they form different kinds of objects and living beings. So here poet says make every kind. Every kind means living beings or living things or non-living things, objects. So they make. So these atoms, when they settle, when they fit in the places, they form a shape. They give a shape to a human body or living beings or non-living things. So we know that our human body is made up of lakhs of these tiny particles, tiny atoms. So in the same way, whole world is made up of atoms. All the objects, all living and non-living things are formed by these atoms. Next line. For when we build a house of brick and stone. So here the poet uses a simple comparison. That is, she is comparing these atoms, settling of atoms, forming of a structure with house building. So building of a house with bricks and stones. See how a wall or building is made up of stones and bricks here. So in the same way atoms also form. So here the poet gives an example. So when humans build a house using bricks and stones, next line, we lay them even every one by one. So one by one, how do we lay these bricks and stones? How do we lay? We lay these stones or bricks one by one in a in an order. So we carefully place each brick in order. Next slide. And when we find a gap that's big or small. So if we notice a gap in the wall, so here we see some gaps. Some gaps are big, some are small. So what do you do when you find gaps between stones or bricks? What do you do here? Here what do you do? So you select some small stones to insert in the gaps. Okay, so next slide. The poet is comparing building a house with the atoms. We seek out stones. What we do? We seek out stones to fit that place with all. So we select some small stones and put them in the gaps. Big or small, we put them in the gaps so that it can stay strong, it can remain uh, together. The stones can remain together and bricks can remain together. So next line, for when not fit, too big or little b. So sometimes if it is not fit, if a stone doesn't fit properly, what happens naturally when we building a wall or house with stones or bricks, and we are putting stone on a stone one by one and brick one by one, and if there are some big gaps and small gaps, and we select some small stones and small bricks and put insert them into the gaps to make it strong and make it to make it fit for the uh, wall. But if a stone does not fit properly, what happens naturally? They fall away. So if the selected stones or the stones doesn't fit properly in the wall, or in the stone wall or brick wall, so it will fall and not remain in place. Naturally it falls. So atoms. So here the poet comparing these house building to atoms. So atoms, as they dance, find places fit. So in the same way, how we built a wall or house with the help of with the stones and bricks, the same way atoms also, they dance. So here the word dance suggests that the atoms moves freely and continuously till they find places fit, till they find a good place to settle down. If they find suitable place, they settle there. Otherwise, they move on. They continuously dance. Next slide. They remain, lie close and fast will stick. So when they find the right position, they join tightly and remain together, forming stable structures. So if they find its suitable place, it remains there and they join together. They, you know, they become a strong and stable structures. They form a stable structure. So finding the right position is very important for the atoms. So if they find a right position or a good place to settle down, they settle there. Next line. Those that unfit, the rest that rove about. It means to move. So some stones are just like stones. Some atoms also unfit. If uh, if atoms are unfit or unable to settle in that area, what do they do? If they do not fit properly, they keep moving. So row means keep moving, they move. Next, do never leave until they thrust them out. So do never leave until they thrust them out. They continue moving until they are pushed out by other atoms that fit better. So thrust them out, so they move continuously. If new atoms comes and settle there, if they find it is good place to settle, then the other atoms which are unfit, which are not suitable in that place, they are kicked out, they are pushed out, and they are thrust out by other atoms. So next, 15th line. Thus by their several motions and their forms. So through their different movements and shapes, several motions means different movements and different forms, many forms, so many forms. Next, 16th line. As several workmen serve each other's turns, several workmen, here again the poet comparing several workmen. So how a workman work while doing a task, they cooperate each other in completing a task. They help each other. So they take their turns to finish the task. So in the same way, how several workmen serve. So in the same way, atoms also help each other to form a shape, to give a shape to the object, so to the matter. Next line, 17th, and thus by chance may a new world create. So in this way, poet says that in this way, so by chance interactions, a new world can be formed, or else predestined to work my fate, or the creation of the world may be guided by destiny. So predetermined plan. It's a predetermined plan. So in this way, the poet Margaret Cavendish explains the theory of atomism or concept of atomism, a scientific concept, in a simple way, in the poetic form. And she uses a comparison like a housing, building a house. So she explained this concept with examples. So thank you for watching this video, and I also give you summary in the description box, and I have also uploaded sem2 videos on my channel, and you please see Usmania's OU English sem2 playlist for some more videos. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.